As part of the celebration specials on Tea Time, this week it's a gourmet affair. India's top foodies on the fairway.
Clearly we needed a menu that was going to be relevant to the Indian consumer.
Dessert is one area that everybody would like to indulge in, but usually it's associated with guilt.
You actually get a tasting of some interesting foods, and I was thinking of doing a different country at every different hole, so that should be exciting, yeah.
I saved up some money from there, okay, and then I said, okay, why kind of blow your money? Might as well save it, come to India and see if you can start a restaurant. When I came to India, I realized that money was not enough. Handicap do you play? Very interesting program. Let's just start it. Yeah. I think most of the army officers, their dream is that the son should be playing golf with them. Every army officer. Yeah. So my dad kept telling me, better start golf, better. When are you starting golf? Every day he used to come and tell me. So finally one day I said, okay Dad, let's do it. So
wow.
Golf is in the family. You see, I even got married to somebody who's a golfer. So.
Oh, that's nice. And who might that be?
Yeah, her name is Shweta, who's my wife. Again, her father-in-law, naval aviator, fighter pilot, Navy, golfer. So one of the criteria when we got married, the thing was that you had to get married to, at least for her,
Cocoa Berry we had conceived in 2007. We were looking to enter the retail space in India, and we thought food and beverage is largely recession-proof business. So 2007 there was an economic downturn globally. And
was it a good time to start that time?
To be quite honest, it's almost impossible to, for any entrepreneur or any business venture to perfectly time when it starts. But I think, in my opinion, any time's a good time to start. But to answer your question, yes, we were looking at a couple of other opportunities. And in 2007, with the economic downturn, we decided to go with the food and beverage retail. Frozen yogurt is, we replaced the cream component that you would find in ice cream, which is about 13 to 14% butterfat, and replace that with yogurt, which is probiotic and it's good for health. We were looking at the Indian demographic, a largely young population, people becoming more and more health conscious. Dessert is one area that everybody would like to indulge in, but usually it's associated with guilt.
That's right, hugely.
And that's why we thought that Cocoa Berry frozen yogurt would be a good way to launch the Cocoa Berry brand in India, associate ourselves with health and wellness, and the rest is history, as they say.
You studied hospitality because your family business was into hotels?
Yes, also I'm extremely passionate about food and beverage in general. As you know, I'm a wine educator, but besides that, I'm extremely food centric, so I pay a lot of attention to that part. In fact, I've just launched a little company called Gourmet Gloves, where I teach people to actually come home and learn how to conjure gourmet food from a domestic kitchen. So that's been going really well as well, and I'm hoping to in fact take it a step further and do something at the course as well. So let's see how that goes.
In terms of food?
Yes.
So you're actually going to bring gourmet on the golf course?
Yes, I'm hoping to do a golf tournament that we sponsor, and Surya Palace always has been known to sponsor wonderful golf tournaments, and I'm hoping to take that forward this year and do something related to gourmet food on the golf course. So with every hole that you play, you actually get a tasting of some interesting foods, and I was thinking of doing a different country at every different hole. So that should be exciting, yeah.
I did my hotel management, and then for 6 years I worked with the Taj Group, where my aim or my job description in Taj was to go and set up new restaurants and set up systems, set up processes. After working for about 6 years, I thought I learned a lot. Though, learning is never, like they all say, that you should never kind of
Think you've done enough.
Yeah, I think you've done enough. But, coming from the forces, how...
Wallets are thin.
Wallets are thin. So luckily, I got a posting abroad. And abroad means I was with Taj. So I was in Colombo. I saved up some money from there. Okay. And then I said, okay, why kind of blow your money? Might as well save it, come to India and see if you can start a restaurant. When I came to India, I realized that money was not enough. Let's be. So luckily, a friend of mine who started this business with me loaned me some money. I repaid the money to him, but I had the confidence to, I thought that we could do well and I could pay the money back. That's how it happened in the first restaurant. From there, we made Shalom, which is in GK1.
Probably what got you into the limelight,
Yeah,
right?
it started off from No Escape, which put us in the foray of, these guys can also do restaurants. Then we did Shalom, then we did Laid Back Waters. Then there was no stopping. We did these casual dining restaurants called Italic, where Mahima Hospitality, where I and Dheeraj Arora, who's a friend of mine, we were partners. Then, of course, we did restaurants in Goa. From there, then we got introduced to something called valuation, which I had no clue of. Okay, then,
That's where the money starts speaking.
so that's how it happened.
Nice.
Oh. Now all we're talking about 13,000 square feet, trying to make money from there in spite of paying very, very high rentals, trying to mediate the electricity cost. But all these things luckily just fall into place as long as you're focused and you know what to do. But if you don't pay attention in your business, which happens, you don't have regular meetings with your staff, with your CFO who's trying to tell you every time. And you've got to have a very open mind. You've got to involve the staff. You can't just take harsh decisions because then the quality suffers. So you've got to be a team man. You've got to work with your staff. You've got to listen to their ideas. And once you do that, I think life becomes very, very simple. Then you can get time for golf also. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Which is an incentive all the time.
Actually, when I got into McDonald's, I thought I was going to have a very nice ride. And because here's a big brand, and I've reached a certain level of my doing business, and I truly presume that I'll just sail through. I had really no idea what I was getting myself in.
How did you take it on?
Well, I guess one of the things that happens to you when you don't have elders above you is that you got to do things on your own. So very often I always say that if it is to be, it's up to me. So that's how it started out.
But how did McDonald's start, and did it start with a bang or not?
Well, I think we always knew that this was going to be a huge experiment. Well, we didn't start with a bang, that's for sure. Because clearly we needed a menu that was going to be relevant to the Indian consumer. We knew from start that beef which is the main ingredient in most of the products that McDonald's ever served, was not going to be there. So it's only sometimes in 1998-99 that we set up a menu vision and a menu development team. We started looking at products that would be relevant to the Indian consumer.
And then you came up with this whole big bang story that we want to keep it really rock bottom prices, something that hadn't been seen in India.
Exactly, because we have always been a mass marketer, and there was absolutely no reason to be pricing ourselves at a level which would only be available to a few of the folks. So being a mass marketer, we made sure that we had a great product at great prices.
Networking that can happen on the course as well. There's a lot of people from the likes of bureaucrats as well as politicians to lots of company heads that are playing golf here.
Last week on Tea Time's Trivia Quiz, we asked you, if you shoot 1 over par for a particular hole, the correct score for that hole is referred to as a what? Bogey, birdie or eagle? The right answer is bogey, and the winner is Mr. Pratyush Srivastav from Delhi.
So like your business, your game's improved a lot over the last 10 years. I believe you've been making money off a lot of your competitors here.
Well, I guess all I can say, I'm just pure lucky. It seems every time somebody plays for money with me, I seem to be on the winning side.
Oh, right. Is it because of competitive spirit, or what is it?
I guess it always happens, you know, when the moment when you get into the fact that you're actually playing for something, I guess your competitive spirit comes out, and I guess, you know, that's what I am.
And when did you actually get into these corporate tournaments? When did all that start happening to you?
Well, you know, as the corporate tournaments just about started those days, I've been a party to that, and I really enjoy them because, you know, what tends to happen is that you tend to play with so many different people.
Yeah.
You could be playing with, you know, corporate titans, as one would call it. You could be playing with judges. You could be playing with doctors.
Have you made a friend who you met at the golf course turned out to be a great networking opportunity?
Yes, I think we've been doing a lot of business, especially if you ask me. One of the persons that I met on the golf course has been Pankaj Manjal.
Yeah.
And though we don't play so often, but after we met, we did get into business too.
You know, my father actually inducted me in the game many years ago, but I've been very lazy and sort of been in and out of Baroda. But now that I've settled here for the last 3 years, I've really kind of taken it up, and I've been playing much more, and, you know.
Yeah, just picking up the game. Well, I guess it's so interesting to see that you do actually find that your business, which is hospitality,
Right.
and the game of golf actually go together.
Right. Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of networking that can happen on the course as well. There's a lot of people from the likes of bureaucrats as well as politicians to lots of company heads that are playing golf here. And what I love is that they're all accessible here, you know, so you can really meet whoever you wish to and, you know, establish contacts here. So that's wonderful, yeah.
So you've been putting it to use.
Yes, I have. I'm trying to, you know, and I think that it has benefited in some ways, at least percolated down.
Golf, I've always been an outdoors person since childhood. I've enjoyed outdoor sport from a very young age. So I think golf was a natural progression, being an outdoor sport. And, you know, to be quite honest, it's a little selfish because this is probably the only sport you can play through till the, you know, even in your old age. So
it's better to pick it up early.
It's better to pick it up early and finish off till your grave.
Finish off till your grave. Okay, so the golf goes all the way to the grave.
All the way.
So tell me, now in your whole golfing experience, has golf taught you a few things about the idea of taking risk? Because, you know, an entrepreneur, risk is really a primary, it's part of the preamble.
You know, like golf, business is, you know, you never have two same days on the course. You could be playing at the same course for 10 years, but each day is different. And similarly in business, you come across different challenges every single day, even if you're in the same business for years. So I think there are a lot of similarities between golf and business as a whole. So I guess that's why so many entrepreneurs pick up golf as a sport.
I think Gaganjeet Bhullar because he hits really long.
You know, the valley is absolutely our most scenic golf course that I've seen.
Phil Mickelson and Vijay Singh, with my brother and myself.
Last week on Tea Time's Trivia Quiz, we asked you, if you shoot 1 over par for a particular hole, the correct score for that hole is referred to as a what? Bogey, birdie or eagle? The right answer is bogey, and the winner is Mr. Pratyush Srivastav from Delhi.
Wow.
Terrible. Should have got that putt.
Okay, this is a quick rapid fire with Saurabh. We're going to get you to answer first off. What's our favorite course?
The JP Green.
Since we talked about pro-ams broadly, the pro that you'd like to be tied up with for a game.
I think Gaganjeet Bhullar because he hits really long.
Okay, let's get you to answer. Which would be your favorite restaurant? You can't name yours.
I think Trishna. I think it's a great product.
If you hadn't been a restaurateur, what would you have been?
100% a pilot.
One thing you want to do better in your golf?
You know, one, I want to drive longer because I think I'm not hitting the ball that long. I'm only hitting about 250, 260.
So what's your business target in numbers?
Look, business target, not in terms of numbers at this point of time, because I feel that right now we need to look at volume with ensure the quantity of the restaurants, and then come to the financial figures in those. So I would say I'm targeting in my franchise business in the next 2 years we're looking at about 20 to 25 outlets, which I'm sure we can do.
What's your retirement age plan?
At the age of 48. Okay, I will settle down in Dehradun, which I believe is, I am from Dehradun.
That spoke a true 40 kid.
I think that it's doing quite well, and the reason for that is probably the state government itself has really looked at promoting hospitality, hotels. We've seen a healthy rate of about 15% net growth.
That's
so
not bad.
Yeah, we're quite happy with that. In fact, we for the same reason we're also expanding our property. So with our current property, we've adjoined a now conference center, a ballroom, a specialty restaurant, and a delicatessen, a spa, a pool. So all that is now going to be a part of the hotel. And this is only because we see a potential and a growth in that.
5 years from now, where do you see your business going?
I think that we would definitely look into expansion of the number of hotels that we have right now, and I think that's where we really see that.
Okay, so we would get another couple coming up within 5 years?
Yes, you could say that.
Perfect. We're going to get a quick rapid fire with Vikram Bakshi. Vikram, your ideal four wall.
My two brother-in-laws and my colleague from the office.
Which has been your favorite golf course?
I still believe Raj Springs, in the valley is absolutely our most scenic golf course that I've seen.
Who is your favorite player and, the one guy that you wish you could play with?
One guy I'd like to be, that's the Shark.
The Shark?
Absolutely.
I hope it has reasons beyond the fact that he's called the Shark.
Oh, well, I truly believe I want to be the Shark myself. I haven't succeeded as yet. I hope I get close to it.
One quick mantra that you remember and you always follow, both for yourself as a person and when you're dealing in business.
You've got to live life as it comes, and you've got to deal with things in each one differently.
Right.
You cannot have the same brush to deal with everything.
our first outlet that we put up in Delhi was a flagship store. It was a 3-story structure in the heart of the city in Defense Colony Market. To be quite honest, people thought we had lost our mind, and we used to get naysayers telling us, "Kitni badi dukaan se dahi bechoge?" Yeah, things like, you know, dahi itni महंगी कौन खरीदेगा? So, but we were true to our conviction. We felt that our concept would do well in the Indian context. To set up our first outlet and the initial supply chain, it took us almost 1.5 years. Now we set it up in 45 to 50 days.
How many stores do you have in the chain?
Currently we have a little over 2,000 stores in 5 cities. And
little over?
2,000.
2,000, yeah.
And in 5 cities, and we're opening 3 new cities in the next, this coming quarter.
What's your favorite 4 balls? Who make up the favorite 4
My
balls?
brother, he's my greatest golfing partner, Phil Mickelson and Vijay Singh. With my brother and myself.
Right, so I can see you want to make sure it's 2 versus 2. Thanks very much. Good to have you on the show.
Same here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
bearing
Shaili.
the rain and the weather. Thank you.
Thank you.